So you also have, college indoctrination. It's not as bad as a lot of people would say it is.
Okay.
There are a lot of professors who are nuts, but there's been a couple surveys that found that in certain humanities, political fields, it's definitely bad, really, really bad.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that's not, people kind of exaggerate things to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And you get.
Go ahead.
No, you get hot press on the really extreme cases.
Mm-hmm.
But it is to a certain degree indoctrinating people, making them think insane things. So you put them in this machine that tells them communism actually isn't all that bad. Then they graduate. Now think about what happens. You spend 22 years, or so, not 22 years, but you start school at 5? So 17 years in an institutionalized learning facility. You graduate at 22. Every step of the way, there's been an authority figure providing everything for you. You go to school, there's the cafeteria, the food's right there. You walk right up, you take it, it's all part of your meal plan.
Mm-hmm.
Then you graduate, and you're sitting there thinking, okay, where's my food? Where's the lunch lady to give me my food?
Yep.
Government cheese, please.
Hey, you know what I just realized?
What?
So the reason that school is so expensive is because it's subsidized, right? Because the government is paying for those schools. That's why they jack up the prices like that. And then they offer to forgive your loans. And then people graduate and they're like, oh, where's the government to help me pay my bills? And then you have to wonder what they were thinking by subsidizing this education that made them think the government was a good thing.
I think.
Well, hold on. Before we move, I want to just say, you said something about basically them going, yeah, it's a communist system. Like, all right, I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah.
But now we're finding out, we've talked about this a couple times, that China is working with professors, paying them under the radar.
Do you hear that huge story today?
What?
Like millions of dollars to a Harvard professor. He just got busted.
Boom. And
let me see if I can find it.
They're a communist party. They want us to be fractured. They want what's happening right now in our country. That's what they want. They want us fractured. They want our youth going against us to split us up. This is exactly what China wants right now.
Check this out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
2 hours ago, top Harvard professor indicted in China case.
Ooh.
Wow.
They say Dr. Charles Lieber, 61, will be arraigned in federal court in Boston on 2 counts of making false statements to investigators regarding his involvement in China's 1,000 Talents plan.
So when was that case? Do you know? I thought it was a while ago.
Oh, this guy. Okay. So
Yeah.
okay. He was arrested on January 28th.
Yeah.
So this is the same guy, but this story is.
They just made it happen.
Oh, so he was officially indicted now.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a part of that ongoing story.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been doing this.
Yep.
They got their little tendrils in everything.
Yes, they do.
Well, you know what, man?
How is this not a main thing? Like, I was still shocked. I'm still shocked that throughout the whole coronavirus thing, no mainstream media talked about how we found Chinese nationalists bringing in coronavirus.
Yeah, that was funny.
For years.
Yeah.
I am still kind of like, when I think about it, I'm like, wow, that's really kind of crazy.
How is that not a bigger story?
How is that
Kind
not
of
a big
important.
story? Exactly. It's almost like there's
because-
some group that doesn't want anyone to know about
because
this China involvement.
It's
What?
because Jeff Zucker at CNN is a reality TV guy,
Ah.
and he's sitting there and going like, "What do I care about this story?
There's
Run
an orange
Trump.
man.
Run Trump.
Yeah, run Trump. Trump. What did he get do? He got caught today eating a cream puff from a local bakery.
Yeah.
Can we make that racist somehow? and then one guy goes like, "Well, cream puffs are white on the inside.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, we can make it like a secret racist thing."
Yeah,
And then also
dog
there's a story,
whistle.
and it's like Trump dog whistle to neo-Nazis eats cream puff.
Yeah.
I kid you not. It's like you're reading this and you're like,
Puffgate.
yeah, Puffgate. Secretly inside the beige treat is white cream. That proves it.
Orange on the outside, white on the inside. I
that's
don't know.
funny.
Do you see the story where they were like, Trump's salt shaker was bigger?
No.
Yes.
What is wrong with these people?
Wait, what? That was
There
the
was
story?
a picture, and there were like two salt and pepper shaker, and they were different. One was like rectangular, and one was circular.
Yeah.
The one by Trump was bigger than the one not by Trump.
Yeah,
And
he
so-
loves himself. He loves.
But it's
he's
not
a
even-
show
it's
off.
not even
Whatever.
about that. Who
I don't even
cares?
care him anymore.
He's
Come on.
also the president. You get like a certain set, right?
No,
I don't
but
know.
no, but
Nah,
like,
that wouldn't surprise me if there was a little T on it.
no.
Who knows?
That would surprise me. You know what was likely?
What?
The person came in and put some salt shakers on the table and left.
Yeah.
And Trump was eating, and they were like, "What can we do? What can we do? Ooh! Look at that picture. What? That salt shaker looks bigger.
Bigger.
It's bigger." I remember the infamous two scoops of ice cream story. You remember that?
No, what?
Trump gets 2 scoops of ice cream, and everyone else gets 1. I'm not joking. CNN did that story. Now, to be fair,
CNN did a story on him getting 2 scoops.
yes,
I will
So
find
everyone
it.
else has 1.
yes, they did. Now, hold on. Wow. To be fair, it was supposed to be like a silly segment, but it got honestly picked up then by other
Independent is talking about it here. BuzzFeed is talking about it.
Exactly.
Did this just happen or something?
No, it was a while
long
ago.
time ago.
It was in 2017.
Before my awakening.
Nightmare world that we live in.
And this is what they were covering instead of China sneaking in literal living viruses. They did not think that was a big deal.
in unmarked vials.
Yeah.
Hidden. And they caught the guy and he lied. He said,
like,
no, I don't have anything. And they're like, whoa, we just found these vials on you. Like,
oh, those things.
Oh, well, those I'm bringing to a professor at one of your universities.
Think about the news reports that could have been. Breaking news, America.
Yeah.
Chinese national has been detained in relation to smuggling of viruses into this country without proper permits.
Yep.
Ooh.
Local security experts are concerned, blah, blah, blah. Instead, we got breaking news, America. The president received 2 scoops of ice cream,
and they were both white.
And it was both vanilla. And then they start talking about how like the Democrats got chocolate vanilla swirl, which shows how they're very interested in ending racism.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 hours of pundits being like, "Listen, you don't understand the dog whistle that is Trump getting vanilla swirl.
Let me explain to you this thing only I can hear."
And then another person's like, "No, you're wrong. The vanilla swirl isn't a dog whistle. It's overt. He is saying straight up." The argument is actually not about whether it is or isn't racist. It's that it is.
Of course.
But the connotations are different. No, Nancy Pelosi, she got chocolate vanilla swirl. I think that shows real leadership in this country. And it's like Trump didn't even choose the ice cream. It was just like some guy had a tray and then they were handing him out. And he's like, "Thank you." And then they were like, "Oh, he accepted it." Dude, there's literally nothing he can do. So you have CNN.
Nothing.
I'm imagining Jeff Zucker. He's sitting in a room and he's looking at 2 folders and he's like, and it says like China smuggling in viruses, and hiring researchers to steal research. Orange man bad folder.
It's the meme with the guy and the button.
Click. Yeah. The guy, the button. He's sweating like.
He's sweating. He's
no,
like, "Oh, which
that's
one
not fair.
choose?"
No, it's not.
No sweat, huh?
No, it's not fair. Yeah,
No.
no sweat.
No sweat at all.
It's a smile.
Yeah.
Like,
A smile
yes.
and a wink as he presses orange man bed.
Right.
Okay, here's a better analogy. They hand him 2 folders, and he looks at the orange man bed and he goes, and he puts a cigar out, and then he looks at the other one and he goes, and he gets all angry when he sees it, and he throws the China report.
The paper's just
flying everywhere. "Don't you ever
flapping
bring
away.
that in my office again. We don't want any of that garbage.
This isn't clickbait enough. Come on.
Seriously.
What do we look like? A news organization?
No,
Come on."
not really.
That ended in the 90s.
Yeah. No, it doesn't exist anymore.
News
What
used
were
to
we
be
talking
real.
about?
I
news being
don't
fake
know
news.
where we are now.
Quite the bunny trail.
Something
Yeah,
about Harvard, the Harvard guy.
Oh, we were
No,
talking
what was-
about schools.
We're talking about
School.
China taking
The
over.
students.
Yeah, but
then
how did we
talked
get
about
into
China.
that, though?
Because you said China got into Harvard.
And then we started talking about how it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Well,
a
not
news story.
Harvard.
Right,
No,
and then
just
we got
schools in
onto-
general.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I figured it out. I think we're good.
Man.
Maybe we'll go to war with China and this will all just disappear.
You keep saying it, and I keep starting to believe it, dude.
Thucydides trap, man.
Man.
Could you imagine if like they reinstituted the draft, and then like that 18-year-old woman in the free zone would be like drafted?
Equality.
Yeah.
No,
It is kind of weird that they were talking about the draft again like a month ago. Like,
They keep doing it.
why? What?
You know,
Yeah.
people don't realize is that, when it came to Vietnam, the draft was complete BS.
Yeah.
And I can understand why they were like, okay, we can't do that again. But if we're talking about a real existential threat, there's gonna be a draft, man. Boom,
Like
2 seconds.
against China with their 1.4 billion people. How many people are in China?
1.3 billion,
1.3 billion people.
Yep.
How many we got? 300 million?
330.
330 million.
Yeah, there'll be conscription in 2 seconds, man.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? This is what's crazy about these like wacko lefties. Would they really want them? You don't want these revolutionary wackos to have guns.
No, they're not going to take orders well. They're not smart.
Well, we saw that
They
guy.
don't-
We talked about it yesterday. That he was he on active duty? I don't
Yeah,
know if
he was.
He was on
Active
active duty.
duty.
So there was someone on active duty, went on a rampage, killed some cops.
Killed some cops. Well, he killed one cop for sure.
Oh, okay, we don't know if he killed
there-
the other two in
Yeah,
Oakland or something.
No, it was
right?
one other cop in Oakland.
Oh,
He
okay.
shot. Someone shot
yeah.
2 of them. They think it may have been him because he had a van with weapons in it. But yeah, they're not going to want these people. So then what do we do? It's like we're falling apart from the inside, man.
Our military is half the size of China's, just for the record.
Yeah, but we got better tech.
We got
I think so.
UFO tech, yo.
Yeah, not made in China.
What you know about
You know
that?
what, man?
That's right.
UFO tech.
Oh, yeah.
I'm willing to bet. A lot of people don't want to believe it, but I'm willing to bet that we've got military tech you could not even imagine.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Totally.
Because there was a really funny story I was reading when I was reading about these UFOs. and it was talking about how they had these weird sightings for UFOs in certain areas.
Okay.
And they passively mention it was only 50 miles away from a naval experimental technology center. And it's like, what?
Like, oh, well, then
2 + 2
obviously
equals
it's that.
It's like, you ever play Sudoku?
Yeah,
It's like I
love
can see what's happening here, man. You got crazy flying ship,
Military
military
base.
research center.
Yeah.
It is very complicated.
Was that
Tim.
hard for people?
No, I guess so. It's
to
complicated.
figure out. No, it was not that big a deal. But people still want to claim.
They probably made the Space Force just to like allocate more budget to the tech that they need to work on.
If look, when we hear about the weapons they make, like I think 6 or 7 years ago, they created a new streamlined gravity bomb, a megaton nuke that was very small because like the original was massive.
Yeah.
And so they figured out how to do it better and more compact. And it's just you just drop it out of a plane. But we got ICBMs, man. We got crazy weapons, and that stuff's all what from the 70s? How old is that stuff?
That's pretty old, yeah.
If you think they're not working on better ways to kill,
Yeah.
and if you think that the ones they're working on now they're telling you all about, I don't buy it, man. I think there are certain things for immediate visible use, and they're keeping their aces up their sleeve. I think the U.S. has got some crazy stuff,
Definitely.
hidden
For sure.
A lot of cyber.
How much money does the U.S. military spend every year? Can you look that up?
Yeah,
lot.
hold on. I got it kind of right in front
A
of me.
very big
A
number.
lot. It's got to be a lot.
Budget.
A crazy amount.
Oop.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good argument that bureaucracy is miserable and fails all the time,
Yeah.
but I'm not convinced, man.
I saw the look on her face.
I just saw the number for the U.S. military spending.
Per year?
Hold on. Wait. In 2018, they signed the Department of Defense Appropriations Bill. It was $617 billion for the base
$617
budget
billion.
and another $69 billion for war funding.
Wow.
I'd say we are prepared.
That is lots of dollars.
Many dollars.
That's a lot of money.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah.
And then you think about they build all these tanks, they buy all these weapons, and then it gets reappropriated by local police departments and stuff. Then people get mad about it.
Yeah.
But man, I don't think we could be invaded, to be honest. When you got like a small town of like 300 people and they've literally got armored personnel carriers with like machine guns mounted on them. I'm not kidding. It's like an actual video I was
That's so
watching about
weird.
it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like I think they're good, but that's hand-me-down stuff.
True.
What is the U.S. hiding up its sleeve?
A lot of money, apparently.
Listen. They didn't just come out and say to the world, like, we're building a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
Manhattan Project was a secret. They can do the same thing today. It's compartmentalized. You wouldn't know what you were working on.
Well, and American-made products are
They're better.
They usually last. Chinese-made stuff tends to break more often.
Because they're
I mean, it
stealing
is
our
the stuff they're
ideas.
giving us. So are they making good quality stuff for themselves?
Yeah.
No, you don't think so?
No, man. It's low quality because the people are basically slaves. They walk off buildings and mass suicide. It's horrifying.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we shouldn't be supporting it. It's funny because I've heard a lot of arguments about like sweatshop labor.
Okay.
And the argument from the pro sweatshop people is there are no jobs where they live, and this gets them substantially more money than they could have made otherwise.
Even if it's dirt.
Even if it's a quarter per hour.
Yeah.
That's still, they normally make like a penny per hour.
Wow.
So to them, it's like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I still don't think it's a good idea.
Agreed.
I mean, I get the argument. It creates jobs in industry and all that stuff, but why don't you just pay them better and actually benefit the area? But in the end, just hire Americans. Like the outsourcing thing was a big disaster for us.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what their plan was. I guess the plan was like make America the educated elite class.
Well, we don't need like 100 pairs of shirts, or jeans, it's like I have a pair of jeans that I've been wearing for 10 years. They're great. They're good shape. I just bought a new pair of pants, built in America, guaranteed for life. So if anything happens, I can send it back to the company and they fix them for me and send it back to me. So I just got a pair of shorts from them. I'm stoked. That's the kind of stuff I like. We don't need, it's funny. I was a model for a long time, modeling clothes to sell clothes. And after I left that industry, I'm kind of disgusted by it because I helped, essentially fast fashion become more of a thing. Like people go buy more stuff. Look at this new outfit. You need this new thing. And it's like, and it just got worse and worse and worse quality over time. It wasn't good quality stuff.
This is one of the biggest problems I have with capitalism.
That's another thing.
This is one of the biggest problems I have with capitalism is that humans are incentivized to produce and consume things that lead us to horrible ends.
Yep.
So I think I mentioned this in the show before. There's a quote by a physicist or whatever that if humans ever meet aliens, they'll shake hands not because they overcame the nuclear bomb, but because they overcame the Xbox.
Yeah.
Meaning that in a capitalist system, humans are driven to their baser instincts and they keep buying new things. They get fat. They eat terrible food. They become sedentary and they play video games and they whack off all day. Mm-hmm. However, just because I have a problem with the system doesn't mean I think communism, would be the alternative. And that's what a lot of these activists think.
True.
They're like, we consume too much. Communism. I'm like, no,
you will not be able to consume anything.
And it's not even about that. All of these big natural disasters, like Chernobyl and stuff. No, it's ineffective. Competition works.
Yeah, competition gives, the space race. We went to the moon because of competition. It does give us a reason to, better ourselves. So there needs to be some kind of a balance between,
The solution is cultural.
I saw the look on your face.
The solution to this problem is cultural.
Okay.
Elon Musk needs to launch a rocket to Mars and inspire everybody to be like, I want to be cool. I want space stuff.
Yeah.
Right now, everyone's like, I want 57 of different shirts with different logos. And this one's got a bunny on it. And this one's got a giraffe on it.
Yeah.
And then it's just a bunch of waste product that doesn't do anything to make society better.
He just launched 2 people into space 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
It was amazing. I cried a little bit watching it happen, man. I teared up. It was awesome.
We need an ambitious...
a private company.
Yeah, that's the best part to me.
Yeah. That's crazy, huh?
So it's a first.
And that was an investment project, right? Like, they were doing a test.
What?
So that was a test run, right?
Well, no. They've tested it. That was their maiden voyage, basically.
Were they paid to do it? That's my question.
Yeah.
Like the U.S. government paid them to send a payload.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they were NASA astronauts sent up.
Wow.
Paid
it
SpaceX.
Costs so much less to do it that way, though.
Boom.
Incredible.
Yeah, nailed it.
Significantly less.
So what can we do for young kids growing up to have them strive to focus not on stupid consumerism, but focus on projects that make awesome new things? So that's one of the big challenges we have right now. It's not capitalism.
Yeah.
Capitalism creates rapid competition and rapid expansive growth,
Yeah.
which it can be good. It's only bad if we don't get off this planet. If we can get off Earth and we find better means of propulsion, then we're talking about capitalism being a godsend.
Yeah.
One of the big complaints is like, we consume too much. What did Greta Thunberg say? Your fairy tales of endless economic growth.
Yes.
Yeah, well, if we start mining asteroids and colonizing other planets, it will be endless as far as we can tell.
Yeah.
So let's get on that. Huh?
Yeah, I don't think she understands that we can't go back. We can't go back to, everyone owning a farm and it being like 1500s. It's like, that's not the way it is anymore. We are a technological society. We are only advancing. We have to figure out how to make it work with our society.
Dude, these people, they want to destroy the system. They want you living in a cave.
Yep.
Like that woman, that 18-year-old free Seattle, the woman who's part of the free Capitol Hill whatever. They seized this 7-block radius.
Right.
Wants to destroy civilization.
That's amazing.
Okay.
It's like, you have no idea how comfortable you have been for your 18 years on this planet.
Man.
Little they.
Little they.
Little they. You get eaten by a wild boar in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Could you imagine these people
or stub your toe.
Yeah.
And then you're dead.
And
You're
get
out.
infected.
That's it.
And it's like, wow,
It's all
medicines.
Yeah, it's like I stubbed my toe. Oop, it's bleeding. Well, I'm going to die, I guess.
That's it.
Guess I'll die. And that is.
Yep.
Yeah, and antibiotic resistance. There's a lot of things that are threatening our wonderful way of life.
Yep.
And we got to keep striving to improve. I'll also point out, too, with that statement she made about endless economic growth, it's like you can have economic growth in a virtual reality.
Yep, exactly. Virtual world.
Yeah, so there's a lot of new jobs that emerge in weird ways, like World of Warcraft gold farming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
you did that, right?
No.
What did you
I
manipulated the market.
Stock. Yeah, that's different. That's just playing the game.
Right.
But there were people whose job in China was literally to go around just grinding in a video game to generate currency so that players could buy it from them.
Well, back when I was playing Diablo 2, that was a thing too. People would set up websites where you can
buy gold,
go buy an item, whatever item you want, and they would meet up with you in a game and trade it to you. And it's like, there were
weird jobs.
It was expensive stuff too.
Now I'm not a fan of that.
No,
like it's no. What I mean, it's like it's fun. I don't care that it exists. Gaming is fun.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
pay to win.
Think about how many people are on this planet working. Right. In the United States, ignore the pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
We had record low unemployment. But what are the humans doing? I would prefer it if all of the humans were building spaceships. However, I know that if all humans stopped their work and then started working on spaceships, the entire system would collapse because you need more than spaceships to survive.
Yeah, we're not automated yet.
Well, that's not the issue. The issue is, in order to make, the polymers for the ship, you need this industry, that industry.
Right.
And all of this different work together creates all of these different unique things.
That's true.
What the problem with communists is that they're like, okay, stop production on the food and start building a nuclear power plant. And they're like, okay, and then they all starve. That's why capitalism is better. It's a decentralized system that allocates resources where they're needed when they're needed. And if it can't support itself, it goes extinct.
Yeah.
The big challenge, though, is overcoming our baser instincts, which to an extent I'm fine with. You want to have a sugary can of soda like I got right here, you want to have a chocolate cake or whatever, go for it. Mm-hmm. But how do we convince more of our economic energy to go towards awesome stuff? New energies, space travel. Can we do better? So people aren't, spending all of their time making 50 billion different t-shirts. Like, could you imagine how stupid it would be if there's like a t-shirt that said spin the UFO or something on it? Or just like a picture of me saying harumph. I'm kidding, by the way. Pick up your Timcast IRL shirt in the description below.
Excellent.
I'm actually only half kidding. I do think it's like we have a bunch of stuff we don't need.
Right.
And within reason, it's fine. But I think we need a cultural shift towards cool projects like the space race was.
Yep.
Where little kids were looking up at the sky going, wow.
Yep.
And then dreaming of being an astronaut working at NASA.
Well, movies kind of killed that. We're so spoiled. It's like, cool, space, whatever. It's like, yeah, but space. Do you realize what that is out there?
It's not. I don't think it's the movies. I think it's you want kids to look up to somebody. Mm-hmm. So when you have a little kid in front of you and you go, wow, look at outer space. They don't know better. They're going to be like, okay, outer space, good.
Yeah.
If you sit around the TV, your mom is crying, your dad's waving a little American flag, and you're a little kid watching this, this rocket take off. That kid is being told, this is what gets me approval. This is what I must do so that people like me. That's being replaced now by woke cancel culture nonsense, where they're like, I'll get followers if I call you a Nazi. Ugh. Yeah, so we need to get off of that stuff.
Yep, it's true.
Move towards inspiring people to invent things and to travel and get into sciences, and not even that. Methodologies are important as technologies. Better ways to do things. Otherwise, we will just eat ourselves to death.
Yep, wither and die.
Yeah, we'll be like yeast in a bottle. Eventually we consume everything and then nothing left.
It just dies off.
I'm confident though. I mean,
wow.
I am.
It's nice to see that side of you.
No, so look, humans have been around for a while, and it's in the past, like our growth and technological advancement has been exponential.
Yeah.
And the more people there are, the more things we produce, the more things we can produce, the more specialties will exist. So I think certainly the US right now is in serious trouble. Mm-hmm. But I think humans, for the most part, are going to do crazy things. At the very least, I imagine, we will probably create some kind of self-replicating AI that can, colonize the universe. Because that one ship can just be floating endlessly for 10,000 years, land on a planet, adequate resources, replicate. And then whatever it is that we are created something that does something for some reason. I think that might be a little naive because what's the point of rapid self-replication?
Yeah.
Maybe it just seeds life. Maybe like these little vessels will just stop and then drop some organic matter and then boom, a new planet seeded with life. Maybe that's what our legacy will be. Maybe that's what we were. Wouldn't that be crazy? Anyway.
Maybe, yeah.
Enough craziness. Unless you wanted to add something.
Well, I wanted to. I could talk about space all day long. I wanted to bring up one article, but I'd rather bring up a bunch. I couldn't bring it up because you got to do the your little trick.
Oh, it's because
of this thing.
Did I get it?
Did you get it?
I think I got it.
I'm just gonna go click to this article. So I'm just gonna read a little bit here. This is an article about basically private space companies: SpaceX, Blue Origin, Virgin Galactic. But there's one thing in here that I really love, and here we go. It's basically them talking about when they go into space, and there's an effect that happens. It's called the overview effect. And I'll read it here. It says, you see something fundamental changes in you forever. Once you've seen the planet in its natural habitat of space, it's called the overview effect. a term coined by Frank White in 1987. This is a permanent cognitive shift in awareness experienced by astronauts. You don't see national boundaries from orbit. You don't see others or races. You see humanity as a whole. You see us. You see a living, breathing, fragile orb filled with variety of totally interdependent living creatures, and you see each as unique, fragile, and precious. You can't unknow it. You can't unfeel it. Now, there's something so special about that. I love it. You know, I don't know what that feels like to be floating above Earth, looking down, but I can understand it. And I love space, everything. You know, if you follow me on Twitter, you know, half of my tweets are just space related stuff. And there's something about this that I love. I want more people to feel that way, you know, to get that kind of a feeling. And we need it. We need that overview effect. People, it's kind of maybe empathy a little bit for others, you know, in the same kind of vibe.
I think that effect could actually be dangerous.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
How so?
Take someone who's got communist type leanings.
Okay.
And they're not politically active.
Mm-hmm.
They just think, man, wouldn't it just make sense to put homeless people in houses? Like, that's so dumb. Now take them up to space and look down on the planet. Now they have this feeling where they're like, this is, you know, this feeling they have could potentially activate them into a... Look, the point I'm trying to say is there are a lot of people who might be really, really dumb,
okay,
who get inspired by that feeling, seeing the Earth as one, and then involving themselves in matters they should not be involved in.
Okay.
They lack the ability, the skill, the intelligence, the understanding. And then they see this and they're like, we are a one. We must, you know, protect the planet. It's so precious and connected. And then they become, you know, some kind of weird lefty SJW
Ego
cultist.
terrorist or something.
Yeah, something like that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it. You know, I understand.
It's crazy though, man. It really is true. People don't realize we are not freely independent creatures just walking around doing our thing.
Yeah.
It's fascinating to me. I was reading about the discovery of air. Has that ever occurred to you, like that people had to discover air? Because
that air exists around us.
Because to a human, you can't see anything.
Right.
And you can only kind of feel wind. And before they understood that there was actually something with mass here, like we're in an atmosphere.
Right.
To them, it was like there was just nothing there. And so I was reading about how it got discovered, and it was because they had these like brass balls with holes in them and a tube that would come out. And you'd put your thumb, you dip it in water, put your thumb over the end and pull it out, and the water stays. And then you put it over your head to shower, right?
Okay.
So this one dude was like, let me put my thumb over the hole and then put it in and see if the water fills up. Sure enough, it didn't. And he was like, there must be something in there blocking the water. And that's when they realized, like, air is this tangible thing.
That's cool.
So it's like, the reason I bring that up is people often don't think about, we are swimming in an atmosphere. It's just gaseous. It's like, it could be water, it could be any other medium, but we are in this like big, like puddle basically.
Yep.
The air we breathe comes from trees, algae, and all those other things. Without them, we die. We don't get our food. We really are connected to everything in this ecosystem.
Yep, we are.
What's really cool about being smart is that we created suits that allow us to leave this and, you know, go into other places and stuff. It would be really cool if we could make a biodome in a ship. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the full show, tune in to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, or check us out on iTunes and Spotify, and we will soon have this podcast up for free on all podcast platforms. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next episode.